I'm currently in Paris, France right now. I've never been to Paris, France, and I've only really spent like a couple days in Europe. I'm kind of on vacation visiting a couple different countries. It's about time because I literally talk about this stuff every day, yet I'd never actually been. So for the next month, I'll be in like weird locations. I don't know if I'm gonna release a vlog, I'm still deciding, but if I do that sort of thing, it'll definitely be on the Drew IRL channel. So if you aren't already, please subscribe. People in Florida barricading their house to survive a Category 7 hurricane instead of just moving. With the music and everything too, right? This is literally the most Florida man cartoon I think I've ever seen. I don't even know what cartoon this is, but clearly he's a Florida man. A similar thing could be said about us in California. We literally built a massive city with skyscrapers where the ground physically shakes. Having a peaceful night sleeping, knowing I'm not named after an entire country, city, state, or dialect. I'm trying to think of anyone named after a country, city, state, or dialect. I think I know someone named New York. There's gotta be more though. I'm just imagining someone naming their kid Germany. Don't make him angry. I have this girl in my Italian class named Italy. I was gonna say that as a joke, but I'm like, no, that's just too unrealistic. Oh, that's the one I'm missing. Oh, I used to know someone named Nevada, and now that I think about it, Dakota and Carolina is also a pretty common name. So is Georgia, kinda? I'm gonna name my daughter Equatorial Guinea. Photoshop was invented in 1987. Meanwhile, people in 1986. It was truly an art. Not that it isn't. I mean, I guess it's still an art, but it was way more of an art form back then. I just click a few buttons and hit delete. Joseph Stalin certainly knows a lot about the early Photoshop days. Americans making fun of British pronunciation. Meanwhile, in America, Battle of Water. You know what? I think we had this coming. I've been making so many jokes. I knew they were gonna get us back one day. I think there's a word for it, the fact that we don't pronounce T's, bottle, of water. Rats in the 1300s on their way to dismantle the entire population of Europe. But damn, I didn't know they were chill like that. Who cares if it was a couple million casualties anyways. Me in 2100 still listening to the 80s music in my flying car. Are we talking about the 1980s or the 2080s? Because I guarantee you that decade's gonna slap. I won't be around for it though. Flex tape guy on his way to fix Nord Stream pipeline. I appreciate that he's gonna fix it, but is he the one that sawed it in half in the first place? I guess there's been some leaks going on in this pipeline apparently. This is a gas pipeline, so this is probably not the best thing with winter coming around the corner. It's weird to think that I actually have to worry about this stuff now. I don't like the cold. NASA after crashing a $300 million satellite just to deflect a harmless rock in space. We did it, boys. Took us years and countless taxpayer dollar, but you know what? That rock is definitely not gonna hurt us now. People, lol, scientists made a $300 million satellite just to redirect some rock in space that's harmless to us. That same MFer when there's a 100 wide asteroid flying at 50 kilometers per hour flying straight towards Earth. Only 50? I think it'd be traveling a lot faster than that. NASA's DART team, or Double Asteroid Redirection Test, was successful in moving an asteroid, which is a good thing since we won't ever have to worry about the plot of the movie Armageddon happening actually to us. Yeah, maybe more like 50 kilometers per second. That's what I'm thinking too. Elephants can swim. Yeah, that makes sense. Ostriches can swim. Yeah, I can see that. Hippos can't swim. Wait, hippos can't swim? No, I've seen them in the water. I know they have to go up to breathe though. They still need air. Do they just kind of walk in the water? Oh yeah, according to the San Diego Zoo, hippos can't swim. They can't even float. What? Yeah, they walk underwater. What? They've mastered it? I've always wanted to be able to walk underwater like in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, it's all about breathing and body position. I guess technically if you think about it, crabs also can do that. But where's their praise? When you applied for the job versus when you hear back from the recruiter. I mean, yeah, sometimes it takes 50 years, but hey, at least they came around eventually. 50, more like 73 years. German! People looking for languages that sound harsh and aggressive. And here they are, all focused on Germany. Meanwhile, the Dutch. Yeah, just don't move. Their vision is based off movement. I've heard jokes in the past that refer to Dutch as just swamp German, so I guess that kind of explains this meme or something. Teachers teaching us useless crap, and here's exactly what you're gonna remember 1 to 2 years from now. And honestly, even these couple of drips dry up after like 5 years. Can't even begin to tell you how many useless math formulas I forgot. I remember the word mitochondria, but I have no idea what it does. Playing your favorite song? Nah. Playing the song that comes before my favorite song in my playlist, so I have time to prepare to listen to my favorite song. I thought I was the only one that did this! It's like having the right drink with your favorite food. Like the songs weirdly complement each other. You kind of need that other one. All the Chinese hackers in the lobby suddenly leaving after I type Tiananmen Square in the chat. chat. Yes, they are suddenly leaving, but not just the chat. They are leaving life on Earth. Never underestimate the Chinese government. Everyone else playing Monopoly versus me as the banker. When I'm playing with friends, then yeah, I like to be the banker. I don't want to get involved in the fight, but when I'm playing against my grandma, then I definitely want to get into it. Sick of your games, grandma. Sand whenever it reaches 23,000 degrees. Oh wait, it's 2,300. Well, technically 23,000, it would do the same too, maybe? It doesn't disappear, it turns clear, it becomes glass. Minecraft taught me that. Oh, 4,172 Fahrenheit. I think this meme has made this pretty clear. People that sleep on their back and people that sleep on their side, looking in horror at people that sleep on their stomach. I've tried to master this technique for so many years, but I feel like I can only sleep on my stomach for like 15 minutes before I start to suffocate. Holiday in Japan versus working in Japan. Yeah, it's not quite as nice. You don't get to just stare at the pretty flowers and look at Mount Fuji. You actually just have to work 60 hours a week. 20 degrees Celsius is the perfect temperature, wouldn't you say? This was said by the Europeans. Thanks the Americans. So 68 degrees Fahrenheit. How dare you trigger them by using freedom units? They don't like when you say the F word. I do think we gotta eventually figure this out. Someone's gotta switch. We gotta stop making these conversions. I don't care who it is. Although it would be easier if the Fahrenheit countries just conceded. There's only 3 of us. It's so annoying. Like, I don't understand. We have to have a conversation about this every week, and I'm always annoyed that, you know, we do it weird. I like the idea that 0 is the freezing point, but then everything else confuses me after that. After all these years, student loan debt, credit card debt, medical debt, finally, I have them all. Who could have known this is what Pokemon meant all along by gotta catch them all. Now I just gotta level all these up and hope they evolve one day. Me after being held back after class by my Spanish teacher because my whole essay was ley followed by English words. I remember when my Spanish teacher threw McDonald's at me. I learned a lot that day, let me tell you. I'll never forget my favorite Spanish word, Guten Tag. Ukrainian refugees and Russian refugees meeting in Europe. Oh no, I just now realized this is probably a thing. This actually might be happening. 2.5 hours equals 2 hours and 50 minutes, not 2 hours and 30 minutes? What in the hell is going on? What does this have to do with anything? And I don't agree. Me offering a caveman Fanta because I couldn't think of anything better to do with the time machine. Yeah, whatever, just drink this. I really want to scream loud like a monkey, but I think I'll get thrown out of my Airbnb for that. Imagine if your brain never experienced sugar in your entire life. Just a sip of Fanta would flip you out. They'd probably worship the Fanta. No Garys left in Britain by 2050. Garys could be wiped out within a generation after it emerged that there have been no children named Gary since 1992. It's about time. It's all this food's fault, isn't it? It's a whole new meaning for Gary, come home. Mitsubishi in the 90s, we're gonna put a Lancer Evo drivetrain in a minivan and sell it LMAO. Mitsubishi now, please buy our crossovers or we'll die. If your random pitch for a vehicle doesn't have at the end LMAO, I definitely don't want to buy it. Like when you describe the thing you're making and then laugh your butt off, I'm gonna want that product. Now they're just desperate. You're telling me Americans don't know what country this is? Oh no. Years of the Academy wasted. I don't know what country this is. Is it Monaco? No. It's Atlantis. I think it's called Gaslight, actually. Marvel fans, when their parents' wedding tape doesn't have a post-credit scene teasing their divorce. How was I supposed to prepare for the upcoming multiverse? It's funny because you know if there was actually a post-credit scene after watching the wedding tape, they'd all be super excited for it. Please, Mom, don't tell Spider-Man I haven't finished my meal. This is exactly why you're not gonna get saved when Green Goblin kidnaps you, little Timmy. Airlines, when you're only 20 minutes early to your gate versus airlines when they delay your flight by 4 hours. Whoopsie, you're not gonna get a refund either. You know what's weird? Sometimes they're late, but then they still land on time. So basically, they're just choosing to not go as fast when it's on time. When it's late, they're gonna go faster. Like, why are you know what I'm saying? Warsaw, USA versus Warsaw, Poland. Now, this looks like a nice place. Again, Poland having us beat. Maybe this city in the USA just needs to get conquered like 3, 4, 5 times. Then one day it'll match this greatness. Where is Warsaw, USA? Indiana, I should have known. Get Ohio and Illinois to invade those places. China pretending separate languages are dialects. Meanwhile, the Balkans pretending dialects are separate languages. Honestly, I have nothing to add to this. I barely understand what's going on here. Linguistic complexity of boundaries between languages and dialects getting obliterated by political necessities. Sounds like you're your own language if you also happen to have like a military to defend it. Otherwise, you're just a dialect. This tree, which is obviously somewhere in Italy because it is Italian AF. How are even the trees here doing the hand motion? Why didn't you answer the phone? Me, I was talking to my grandma. grandma. The most Giga Chad move here. I was talking to her about how I know she was cheating in Monopoly. A historic moment in the world economy. USD, the euro, and the British pound all about the same. I've seen it where 2 out of the 3 are pretty similar, but never all 3. Watch for children. Best trade I've ever made. Why would I want my 2 kids when I can get this $10 watch? Didn't like those kids anyways. When the doctor tells you you have 30 days to live, so you eliminate him, and the judge gives you 30 more. Now this is how you cheat the Matrix right here. Why are they out here giving so many horrible people like 100 years? Even if it is in prison, who cares? People blaming NASA for wasting money on a spaceship just to destroy it. Meanwhile, the US military is spending more in a day. Yeah, they're being awfully quiet right now. Hoping no one notices this. Me crashes into this vehicle. My insurance agent. You hit what? I don't know what this is. Of all things, like, why couldn't it have been just like a 1998 Honda Civic? Pretty sure my insurance agent is not gonna be too happy after this one. Russia threatening with this device. Meanwhile, the world, this is the 23rd week in a row you've threatened this. It's like a daily occurrence or something, I don't get it. I guess when this is the only thing they really have, they gotta always show it off. The perfect Halloween decoration doesn't exist. Tis but a scratch? This guy needs to have a voice box too. Please tell me he's saying the lines from the movie. The greatest thing ever. NASA, we successfully changed the trajectory of this asteroid. Meanwhile, some alien planet in 4,000 years. Oh crap. Yeah, we just took out the equivalent of this alien's planet dinosaurs, and I bet you NASA knew what was gonna go down. They're just keeping it a secret. And big thanks to Why Am I Doing This? $20 is a lot, Drew. aPhatNarwhal,
Barnsky W,
Drew's Argentinian grandpa, Chris3773,
DannyThyGamer,
GoodOldRyah, istoledrewspetdog,
Jakov, bruney,
LuxembourgLover,
nationsatrisk,
Bjorkman,
Phresh
Animations,
Robert E,
RyeThePie,
the Polish-Lithuanian
Mexican
Commonwealth,
760,
Twickenhamster,
Veiotic, ZaneyBoi,